Yo, yo, what's up? This gentleman from JJ Innovation Growth in the Peach Capital State, baby. Look, boys and girls, it's smoky. It's smoky. We're gonna give it a little bit. We're gonna give it a little bit, and then we're gonna talk about some stuff. Round two, boys, and round three. Went and got some fuel. Ordered some exhaust manifold gaskets. Um, yeah, we're fixing to fire this thing up again. For the ones that missed it the first time, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna let a few people get on here. Drop it down in the chat. Let me know. Let me know you hear it. There's 19 people. Drop it down in the chat. Drop it down. Drop it down. Get it down. Get it down like James Brown. It's a 68 C10. Oh, we're waiting on a few more people to get here. because I'm not gonna let it run, but just maybe 3 or 4 minutes, because the the serpentine belt's not on it, so we'll let it get up a little bit of temperature, but not gonna let it go too far. So just waiting. Where's everybody at tonight? Sleeping? Where are you from? Where are you? I'm from right here. I'm right here. No, it's a it's a client's truck. It ain't no project. I mean, I guess you could call it a project. We started it up this morning on live. Actually, we actually let me get up. Actually, yesterday we went to I say we, me and everybody that was on live. Um, Went to go start it up, and I had a time with that Terminator system, Terminator X from Holly. So I mean, it was the good and the bad and the ugly yesterday. So this morning, I took a fresh start at it and went back over a bunch of stuff, changed some stuff, and then we got it to uh, we got it to we got it to crank, but I run out of gas. So I ordered oil. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. Oil filter, exhaust gaskets, because it's got a little bit of exhaust leak, because the heads have O rings in them instead of exhaust flanges. So I'm gonna use exhaust flanges. So they'll be here tomorrow. Just some stock LS gaskets. So it's got a little exhaust leak, but nothing major. The water pump and stuff, the belt's not put on because I need 4 more hose clamps, and I don't want to run the pump. And it's got water in it, but I don't want to run the pump to create any kind of pressure, because I don't want to pop a hose. So it's not going to hurt it to crank it to let it get up a little bit. It's like 54 degrees right now. So long as they keep it, under. No, it's a LS. What's up, my man Chris? We about to do it again, boy. We about to do it again, baby. We about to do it again. We about to do it again. I went and got some fuel. No, it's a LS. It's built 60. I went and got some fuel. I went to the gym, run 10 miles, did some weights, swung by. Well, actually went by the part store, ordered some oil. I got an oil filter. I'm gonna change the oil tomorrow. Um, I ordered some exhaust gaskets. They'll be here tomorrow. And I went to he said, "Let's go. I'm ready." Man, I've been ready the whole time I've been at the gym. Uh so I went by and got some fuel. I went and got 10 gallons of 93. Um yeah, 93. Yeah, 10 gallons of 93 put in it. I've already hit it. I've already hit it twice before I went live, so everything's good to go. Let's don't jinx it. Like I said, I put some zip ties. I even hate to say that, but I put some zip ties on the hoses for the heater coil, uh, and just so it wouldn't leak. What's up, Dan? Good Friday evening. Oh yeah, it's good. We about to fire this pig up. I'm trying to see if some more people get on here, man, because I'm only gonna let it run for just a little bit, you know. Um, and I forgot to tell you guys earlier. It's straight headers. It's not straight headers. It has mufflers on it. Let me tell you, it has mufflers on it. If you could call them mufflers. Let me show you. Let me show you. It has it has mufflers right there. Magnaflows, straight throughs. It has mufflers. Uh, but if you can call them mufflers. I sent it to the client. I sent him just a section of it out of the clip this morning or this afternoon, and he was like, he said, I ain't gonna be able to sleep tonight. So yeah, I run those bank clamps. These are just temporary. But I didn't have no clamps for that and down there, so I put double zip ties on it just to hold it. It has water in it. I put water in it. Everything's good to go. Put fuel in it. Let's hope we don't need that right there. Um, so yeah, yeah. Let's wait just a little bit, just a few more minutes. See if anybody else is gonna jump in, and we're gonna fire this thing up. I told the wife, I said, I'm gonna go out here and work on this thing. She, ain't you been working on that thing for 2 days? I said, yeah, I've been working on it for 2 days. I said, you either he had no words. Yeah, he had some words. I can't say them on here. I'm just gonna say skeet, 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 skeet. That's what he said. If you know what that means. Uh I told the wife, I said, I'm gonna fire it up tonight because the client might come by tomorrow. So I like to fire it up now and make sure I ain't got no problems going on. And she's like, you're probably gonna fire it up anyway in the morning. And I said, nah, he probably won't be here after 12. But I want to I want to make sure everything's good. I'm still a little gun shy, from this morning, this afternoon. It did have a little issue, but I went through there and um that's who it is right there. It's It's Boston Scally Company. A subscriber actually sent me this hat. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, you just. I said you can either let me figure out the bugs tonight at 10 o'clock, or I can figure out the bugs in the morning at 8 o'clock. And I fired it up about 10 minutes ago. I fired it up about 10 minutes ago. Yes, sir. No problem, Dan. Yeah, a subscriber sent me a bunch of these hats. I got some more over here if you want to see the other ones, I got some more over here on the counter. Um, I said you can either let me fire it up tonight or I can fire it up in the morning. Which one you want to do? And I fired it up, and let it run for like 3 or 4 minutes, and I changed the RPM. I set the RPM at 950. That's what they told me, but the handheld said it was 1375. So that's a 300 RPM difference. So I dropped it down on the handheld and then I cranked it up again and it sounded like it wasn't revved up. And then she texted me and she said, it sounds like a damn helicopter's landing in the backyard. What's up? Hey, Ray, I'm glad you're here, Ray. I'm glad you're here. So, yeah, she sounded like a damn helicopter landing in the backyard. So, Ray, it's past your bedtime, ain't it? Ain't it past your bedtime, Ray? It's bedtime. Ain't it story time? Yeah, it had a little bit of exhaust leak, and I'm gonna show you. And we're gonna let some more people get on here, and then, like I said, I'm gonna crank it up one last time. I'm gonna crank it up, but I'm gonna show you right here. Here's the problem. All right, so see right here. These heads have fire rings, O-rings for the gaskets, right? Well, these headers, these are dug. What's up, Mexican Lead Therapy? These dug headers, the flanges are smaller than the O-rings. So well, if you hang tight, Ray, we're gonna crank it again. So hang tight. So these flanges are smaller than those O-rings, so it's got a little bit of exhaust leak. And right here's where it was flooded, earlier. But that's okay. It ain't no big deal. Somebody said that's oil, but it's actually. So I ordered stock LS metal regular gaskets, so they'll be here tomorrow. So I'll put these on there and squeeze them and see what happens. But yeah. Well, I guess it's time for your bedtime, Ray. I got it. Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. I forgot about that. Sorry about that. So, um, so was going to see if some more people would, get on here, um, and go from there. So it's smoky in here, ain't it? It's smoky. So what? I get some clamps tomorrow. I'll put the belt on it, put the clamps on it. I'll fire it up tomorrow, but lunchtime maybe, I don't know, and let it get up to temp and check everything. Double tap screen. Oh, I was reading the damn comments. Um, so yeah. Hey, there's a link. There's a link in the yeah. I went live. I joined in live with Tulu TV this earlier. I was at the gym, and he had it, and people was jumping in and out of his live. Did you need it? Nope, nope. Woody, nope. I didn't need a new starter. Nope, sure didn't. I just put it on the table and checked it out, and it was fine. I get. I don't know what happened. I guess it because it. I don't know. I think there was just a combination of a bunch of stuff going on. I don't want to jinx it, but I think it wasn't getting enough voltage, so it wasn't able to perform like it needed to. So I run see Ray. So I run the starter wire straight to the battery. I had to buy some more wire, and I run a. I bought some more wire today, like this, and I made a lead from the starter because the starter came with some with the wiring harness, but had the wire from the starter going to a distribution block, right? And then on that distribution block, the main battery feed was going to that distribution block, which was a 1 aught wire, right? So this is the crazy thing, fellas. I'm ready to do it. I'm being honest. I said earlier I would never do another Terminator. I'm ready to do another one. The next one, the next one I'll know. So this is the main battery feed, right? So this is the main battery feed that goes from the battery all the way up to this distribution block. At that distribution block, it was this right here. Well, y'all can't see that because that's backwards. Let me turn this around. So this was the distribution block that came with the harness, right? Came with the wiring harness. So the battery, you had the main battery feed, right? So I had the main battery feed like this to a distribution block. And then I had wires off of that distribution block feeding these wires, right? Which was this cable here. Well, the starter is supposed to go to one of these and then some other stuff. This is the fuse that we kept popping, this 175. For whatever reason, I don't know why we was popping it, but we was popping it. So what I did is I went and bought some more of this wire right here, and I run this gauge wire from the starter all the way to the battery. And then I got some more 10 gauge wire for the Terminator X, and I extended the Terminator X wiring, the power lead 10, because I had to run it 12 foot. So I went down the 10 gauge. I run it all the way to the battery side, the positive side of the battery. I did the same thing with the ground. I run it to the negative side of the battery. And then I run a 0 gauge. I run a 1 gauge. I run a 1 gauge ground from the battery to the back of the engine block. Now, also, this is what this is something else. I have these scrap grounds, right? I have these scrap grounds, and they work really, really good. Apparently, they don't work really, really good with LSs. So I have these right here. Um, I have these right here. These are 4 gauge, right? These are 4 gauge ground straps. I have one on the core support to the frame. I have one on the engine to the frame. I have one on the body to the frame. I have one on the transmission to the frame. I have one from the bed to the frame, and I'll have one for the bumper to the frame. Apparently, LSs are finickies. They don't like to travel. They don't, because energy goes from negative to positive, not positive to negative. So apparently, LSs are finicky about grounds. So they don't like traveling through everything, right? So, nevertheless, I still left these on there, but I run a 1 gauge black wire like this from the back of the engine block all the way to the negative side of the battery, and then put the red and white wire for the handheld, which it does not say it in the instructions, but Holly told me to do it. I put it on a relay, and she fired up. It fired up. So I guess we ain't gonna get a lot of foot traffic tonight. Everybody still who's on here? We got 15 people on here, and all right. Let me check my text messages right quick. Y'all hang tight. Put in the comments hashtag fired up, fired up, fired up, and we're gonna fire it up. It's going on 10:30. Went on there 22 minutes. So it's chilly in here, man. Every night, buddy. Oh, that's crazy. Yep, 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 yep. All right. All right, we're gonna do it. So you're gonna get in trouble. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble. It's 10:30 here. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna be in trouble. So all right. So for the ones that's new and didn't know, let me show you this right here. So let me get my fingerprints off the screen. So this is the air box. Working on the air box. This tubing here will be welded together to go over there, and then there'll be another 4-inch tubing that comes out of that, goes underneath there, and that right there will be the fresh air. It comes in. T-Bird from Movie Crow said fired up. So, like I said, yeah, she's a dirty. You see, so it's gonna have a little exhaust leak right there, but I tightened the piss out of that, so we're good on that. We got fuel, the battery's charged, and you in a country. Oh no, I ain't. Man, my nearest man, there's 500 acres between me and the Nick. There's 500 acres that way. That way. There's 5,000 acres that way, and there's 1,100 acres that way to my nearest neighbor. I ain't got no neighbor. I ain't got no neighbors. I ain't got no neighbors. If you come walking up in my yard, you either lost or coming to steal something. And I hope you lost, because if you come to steal something, you're gonna be lost. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm laying down? All right, boys and girls. We're gonna put it right here. We're gonna put it right here. Coming together nicely. Y'all boys ready? Here we go. We got fuel. I'm gonna pull the handheld up so I can watch the all right, so I can watch the right there, 76 degrees coolant temperature. I don't think that's right. There's no way in hell it's 76 degrees in here. Now it might be. I don't know. It might, but I'm going to watch that right there because that's something I'm gonna have to watch. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to watch it. All right, boys and girls. Here we go, boys and girls. Ready? Fuel pressure. Let's go in here. We can hide in the bathroom. Y'all want to hide in the bathroom? Hey, y'all want to see Harry? There's Harry. Ah, woo. Mm. Me open the back door. We'll go back here. We go back here in the back. Woo. We go back here in the back. We go back here in the machine shop. You in the middle of nowhere, that switchback curve on the creek headed to Troy is beautiful. Hey, hey. What you talking about, switchback curve? You got me worried, Dano. You been by my place? You been by my place? You been by my place? Hey, holler at your. Oh, there's my shear, my laser over there. It's junky back here. I got supplies over there. I got toolboxes. I got shit everywhere. I got to put a ceiling. I got all the stuff to put the ceiling in here so I can insulate it. So it's cold back here. But what's that back here? Um, hey guys, that's a man's room, not a boy's room. Oh, yeah, the bathroom, the bathroom. Oh yeah, yeah. You see the big ass spider? Look. Uh oh. So so. Hold on a second, Gary. I tell you, I was talking about the restroom. Oh yeah. Yeah, Ray. So Ray, the spider on the back of the door. The FedEx guy come by here and he said, "Hey, it was sunshine. You know, it was warm. Whatever. The doors on. He brought my stuff and he said, "Man, you got a restroom?" I said, "Yeah, right there, man." He said, "Okay." I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Restroom's right there." I said, "The light's right there to the left. Toilet paper's behind." He said, "Man, I appreciate it, man." He said, "My stomach's tore up." I said, "Go ahead and have at it." And when he shut the door, I heard him say, "Holy shit!" Like, and then bam, bam. And I said, "Hey," I said, "Watch out for Harry." When he walked in the door, I said, "Watch out for Harry." And he's like, "Okay, man," like that. And when he shut the door, that spider was on the back of the thing. He like to tore the door down. He come out and he's like, "Dude, I bought shit all over myself." I'll show you all the spider. Uh-huh. I'll show you all the spider. So he come in here, right? He come in here and he went to shut the door. And there's Harry. Harry the spider on the back of the door. And he about shit all over himself. So he about shit. Yeah, so there's a bear. Grant killed that turkey. Nathan killed that turkey. There's Owen's turkey. Just different stuff. Uh-huh. Interesting. All right, we got the smoke out of here now. Smoke out. Smoke's out. It's cold too. It dropped. It went from 70 degrees to 40 degrees in here. I'm glad I turned the heat off. Woo. Hey, it won't be too long. We firing that pig up. Cats is in here like, what in the hell's happening here, man? Whew. Went to trade school in Troy. Nice, don't need no books in there. Yeah. Um, well, Dan, that's all right, man. Small world, man. Hey, look here, Dan. There's my number right there. You got it? Screenshot it. Hey, when you run by this way, man, text me, man. I'll go open the gate and I'll let you in. You can say hi. The gate's usually shut. Um, okay. Sorry, Gary. Sorry, buddy. All right. So here was the problem. Well, here's what we think the problem was. So the first thing is the red wire, the red and white wire in the manual. It says hook to a key on and a key off 12-volt clean source, right? An ignition source. So in the fuse box, there are several places in the fuse box. It says 12-volt battery, 12-volt ignition, blah, blah, and they're just single pins, right? So that's where I put the red and white wire, because when you turn the key on, you had 12 volts. And when you turn the key off, you had no volts. So that was the first thing. Now, the second thing was, I got a number one C rate. I got a number one ground wire, or a number one ground wire, and a number one power wire that runs the batteries in the back of the truck, because that's where the client wanted it. So got the relocating kit, which come with like 25, 30 foot, excuse me. Put the lithium battery, put the red top battery in the back, run the wires up through there, had an on and off switch. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Had an on and off switch, high voltage on and off switch, right? So you got the main lead that come off the battery to the on and off switch. And then you got the main lead that runs from there to the distribution block, which was this, right? Distribution block. Hey, just holler at me, man. Let me know. If you got an iPhone, text me and I'll get it, because Wi-Fi. But if you try to call me from an Android and I'm in the shop, I won't get your message. So then that goes to the distribution block, right? Which is in the wiring harness for the truck. It's two 175 amp fuses, right? And then off of that, you run everything else, right? The starter and all that stuff. Well, I hooked up the 12 volt red wire, constant power, and the ground wire to the distribution block that came up to the ground, right? You got the ground and the hot, right? So my first problem was when you would turn, and I'd program the handheld and turn the key off and turn the key back on, the program would get wiped out of the Terminator X every time. So I called, after about 15 times of me messing with that son of a gun, I called Holly and got this guy on the phone named Blake. And he says, where's your red and white wire? And I told him, he said, is there any residual voltage on that pin when you turn the key off? I said, well, when I put my snap-on test light that goes, it's digital, it goes to 0. He said, no, I need you to put a multimeter on it and tell me what it says. I'm like, okay, hold on a second. So I come in here, I stick the pin into that hole. I turn my meter on. I turn the key on. I got like 12.6, 12.9 volts. I turn the key off. I got 0.0001. It would go 10, 10, 10, 10. I go out there and I tell him, I said, hey, this was got. He said, you can't have it. And I said, what do you mean? He said, there cannot be no residual voltage on that red and white wire. If it is, it will wipe the memory every time on the handheld. He said, you have to put it on a relay. I said, it don't say that in the owner's manual. It don't say that in the instructions. It says hook it to a clean voltage. It don't say nothing about no 4-pin relay. He said, put it on a 4-pin relay and that'll fix your problem. So that's what I did. I put it on a 4-pin relay, blah, blah, blah. During that fixed that problem. Then the next problem was, before I even got y'all on the line that day, I went to try to crank it and it acted like it didn't have no voltage. Just won't, and it was just nothing. It was, and then it popped a 170 amp, 175 amp fuse. I thought that I popped it because I put the jumper box on it, and the jumper box is 200 amps. So 200 is bigger than 175. So I thought I popped it. So I had to go get more fuses. I put that on there. I done it again. I called back to Holly. I got Holly on the phone. I got Blake, got the same guy, talked to Blake. And he says, I need you to put the multimeter across from the positive to the negative on the battery and then turn the engine over and tell me what it says. I said, okay. So I put it on there, turned the light on, turned the shop light out, seen the digital layout. It was like 13.96, 14 volts because the battery was fully charged. Hit the key to spin it over, and it went 13, 12, all the way down to like 9, 9, 9, 8. And it was like, won't. And then the starter would kick back. It has a Power Master high torque Power Master starter, which takes a lot of voltage too. So I go back outside. He's on the phone. I tell him what happens. He says, you have a parasitic draw. And I said, no shit. And he's like, if Terminator drops below 10 volts or 10.5, 10.5 volts. It will not trigger nothing. I said, this stuff is finicky as all get out. So then he said, where's your grounds at? And I told him, I said, I got a 1 aught ground from the battery to the chassis, and I have these 4 aughts everywhere all the way up the chassis. He said, that's not good enough. He said, you need to take a 0 or 1 aught battery cable or welding cable, whatever you want to call it, run from the negative side of the battery all the way up to the engine block. I said, okay. He said, you need to extend the wiring harness, the black and the red for the terminator. You need to run it straight to battery. He says, I don't care that you have a 1 aught wire coming to a T-post and then hooking it to that. It still has to run through that line to get to the battery. Hook it directly to the battery. I said, okay. So I done that. I done every bit of that, and she fired up. She fired up. So it was a combination of a bunch of stuff. Oh, one other thing. I took the starter and I run the starter straight to the battery, the battery post. Hit that son of a gun because I looked up Power Master and it says that it don't like any interference between. It needs 100. So I said, did that, and it fired her up. Did that answer your question, Gary? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Let me know if you're still on here. If not, I got carbon. I got smoke in the throat. Yeah. I don't sleep anyway. I don't sleep about 3 or 4 hours anyway. I won't go to bed till about 2:30. I probably won't go to bed till like 2:30, and then I get up about 6. I don't sleep about 3 or 4 hours a night anyway. But I'll show you since you're on here. I'll show you since you're still on here. There's the relay. I got to clean all my wires up now. So there's a relay, and there's that red wire from the computer. So I run it on a relay, and I went right back. Excuse me. I went right back to where it was at, but it's going through a relay. So that's that. I got a fortune just in wire. All right. So I made this new ground cable. This goes straight from the battery to here. I put a nut insert into the frame. This 1 aught runs all. I got to clean all these wires up now. This runs all the way up to the back of the transmission. This 10 gauge wire here, I got to put a grommet right there. This 10 gauge wire runs to the computer. This 10 gauge wire runs to the computer. And it's actually bolted to the back side of the transmission. I'll crawl in here and show you. Hell, I've been on the damn floor all day. Well, my battery's dead. Right there. You see it right there? I hooked it right to the block, right to the transmission. So that goes to that and that. So yeah. So yes, sir. All right. Yeah. Woo. Easy peasy, cheesy greasy. All right. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Let me see if I missed anybody's messages. No, I didn't miss anything. We're down to 8 people. Holly, you got anything you want to say? Hollywood. You hear me talking to you, you fat bastard. There's Hawkins. They over there. They stay in here at night. Yeah, I'm gonna finish it next. I shouldn't have no rats in here. I don't know if y'all seen in the post, but in the community post, there's a picture of the box. So there's two sevens going, two L7s are going there, 6.5 tweeters, at 24 watt amp. All that's going in there. So that's that. I gotta blow this thing out. Yeah, that's a $10,000 paint job on that on that truck. Just the paint job alone is 10 grand. I ain't talking about the metal work. I ain't talking about nothing else. I'm not talking nothing else. I'm just talking about liquid materials, um, and a little bit of body work. Yeah, it's $10,000 paint job. Um, TKM built the engine for it too. It's a 22R. It's carbureted. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's every bit. I don't know what's actually in that one. I know it's I know just the liquid materials alone is 10 grand. Um, so I know that. Um, so, but yeah, it can get expensive. I mean, especially I mean when you say $10,000, I mean it's really I mean that's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. I mean it is a lot of money, but it ain't a lot of money. But when you think about it, when a gallon of clear, like Vibrant's clear, is $1,000 a gallon, and it's 5 liters. Got to have 2,000 in paint on that teal. What teal bagger? What teal bagger are you talking about? Which one? Which teal bagger are you talking about? So I mean, you got $1,000 in clear, just clear. I mean, Vibrant's clear is it's $1,000 for 5 liters. You know, and you're gonna wet sand half of it off. So you got a gallon of clear for $1,000. Then you got candy. Then you got your candy concentrate. Now you got your candy carrier. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I was like, what teal bag are you talking about, big dog? I know of a teal bagger, but that's my buddy Timmy Locklear's bike. Um, so I mean, and to I mean, I know it's a lot of money. I know when people say, "Hey, it is a lot of money," but it ain't a lot of money. I mean, it adds up quick. I mean, like stupid quick, and it just keeps getting more expensive. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I remember buying, I mean, I remember getting epoxy for a little bit, just whatever, pennies on the dollar. Now it's $300 a gallon, $400 a gallon for a gallon of epoxy that you're gonna sand off. 3M body filler, 3M Platinum Plus body filler is $100 a gallon. I mean, you'll have $10,000 in consumables for a vehicle before you even touch it. That's what that's what people don't understand. Is like, hey man, I don't want to spend about $1,500, $2,000 on a paint job. What are you gonna do? Scuffing? You ain't even gonna scuff it. I mean, but you can buy. And then people say, well, you can buy stuff up here at the road and blah blah blah. Well, yeah, you can, but that stuff don't have no UV protection in it, and it ain't gonna last. Now, if you planning on if somebody's planning on getting rid of a car and they just want to make it look better, then do whatever. There's a lot of people that come by here and it's like, hey man, I need you to paint this right here, and I was like, I'm not interested. Materials, yeah, yeah, Woody, they've got just daggone stupid, like crazy stupid. I might have to pick your brain about Monty's roof skin side right atop the frame installed. It's pretty flimsy. Yeah, just holler at me if I can help you. I'll help you. I'm putting the panoramic roof in that four door, that 86, 87 square body 4 door. I got a panoramic roof right over there. I need to shave, boys and girls. Yeah, paint's got ridiculous, man. Sandpaper's got ridiculous. Everything's got ridiculous. Like, and here's the thing. And when people say, like, when I went up on my rates, everybody's like, "Oh, you're making a killing." No, I'm not. No, I mean you got to pay for your materials. You got to pay for everything else. I mean that stuff's expensive, man. I mean you can't do it for free. I mean that stuff they don't give you that shit. I promise you. And if you think you can get it cheaper than I can, then go up here to the PPG store, go to Greensboro to Culler's Edge, and you walk in there and you get you a gallon. You go in there and get you go in there and get you 2 gallons of epoxy. Get you a gallon. Get you a gallon. I seen it. A gallon of body filler. Get you some 80 grit, some 150, some 220, some 320, some 400, some 600. You get you about 5 sleeves of tape, different size, 3/4, inch and a half, and 2-inch tape. You get you a box of plastic. You get you some 18-inch paper. You get some 36-inch paper. You get you 2 gallons of wax and grease remover. You get you some stirring sticks. You get you some strainers. If you need seam sealer, get you all that. Yeah, you get every bit of that. You'll be walking out of there crying like, "Oh my God, I don't know how this that." Yeah, yeah. $12 for 2-inch tape. Yeah. Look, I use some of this tape right here. This Q1. I don't know how much it is now. The spray source has it. The yellow works pretty good. It's pretty sticky, but it don't like water. They say the green likes the water. Every now and then you can catch this stuff on sale, but it's just expensive. I mean, it's just expensive. It's daggone 3M. Yeah, $12 for a roll of 2-inch tape. And you buy a sleeve. There's what, like 8 in a sleeve. It's $100, $150 for a sleeve of tape. And I used the hell out of some tape. Tape's cheaper than paint. And then if you use the good paper, like the blue paper that I use, I can't remember the name of it. It's expensive. You got 8-inch, or you got 6-inch, 12-inch, 18-inch, and 36-inch paper. I mean, hell, the paper cart that holds the paper was $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So, but man, we could look. I don't care if it's I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. If the good Lord keeps sending me work, I'm gonna keep doing it. The client that owns this car right here, this truck right here, he told me yesterday he bought 55 cars. He bought 55 cars of a man's collection. Man had 75 cars in his personal collection in a warehouse, and he bought 55 of them. So I appreciate every customer I have, past, present, and future. I appreciate the bad ones. I appreciate the good ones, and I appreciate the excellent ones. I learned something from every single one of them. Past, present, and future. I learned something for every one of them. And there's probably some of them on here that's watching right now, this past clients that they can't stand my guts and they wish I'd just burn in hell, and that's okay too. That's okay too. That's all right. That's fine. You know, what would Jesus do? Is that what Jesus would say? What, well, there's a guy on Facebook I follow. His name is Stank, the mailman. He goes, "Hey, Stank, how y'all doing?" So it's all right. Yeah, Woody, a few good customers. Yeah. So this client right here, super great. The guy that owns that box truck, super great. The guy that owns Impala, super great. There's a 70 C10 that's coming back. Uh, there's a 70 C10 coming back that I did some stuff to, and he wants to do some more stuff to it. It's coming back. So it's coming back. Oh yeah, it's expensive, but I love doing it. Hey, look, I'm gonna keep doing it as long as the good Lord lets me do it. It's just the way it is. You know. So on that 61 Ford box truck, we got to build the whole chassis, and I got all this stuff. I got a buddy that I um I invited him, would he like to help me? And he said that he would love to help. He would love to help. So he's going to come a couple days a week when when he comes out of town. He works out of town, so um, especially bad weather, it's rain or something. He works outside. Do something you enjoy. Oh yeah, yeah, that is true, Dan. That is true. But on the other hand, it is stressful. Because what gets you in trouble is when you try to negotiate your prices to negotiate somebody's budget. And then when things go wrong, because they expected more than what they were paying for, like they had a potted meat budget, but they had caviar taste. And then it's your fault that they ended up getting what they got because whatever. I don't mean to say that bad. That box truck, yeah, yeah. So the guy that's helping me on the air and duct on this, as soon as we get this finished up, we're gonna knock out the exhaust on the truck, the rear part of the exhaust. Um, just purchased those Lego kits for exhaust and tubing and stuff. So he actually purchased it. That he was telling me today. As soon as we get that done, we're gonna pull the 61 Ford box chassis in here. We're gonna start working on it. If we can get it squared up, if we can get the chassis squared up and start tack welding it, then we're gonna TIG weld everything. Everything will be TIG welded. My Dynasty 280 TIG machine. Everything will be TIGged, every bit of it. And then when he's not here, then I can have um, um, I can run all the braided stainless gas lines, the fuel lines. I can set the transmission. I can set the engine. I can do everything. I can wire it, all that stuff, and then I can do the same thing with this. I understand that totally. I tend to work high, try to do for people favors, but don't pay the bills. Yeah. So, and see, so for example, you know, I was trying to explain to somebody the other day, there's 160 work hours in a day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So if a man goes to work every day, works 40 hours a week, he clocks in 160 work hours a month. Okay. 160 work hours a month. Okay. Well, if you work for yourself, you have to clock in 160 work hours a month to pay your bills. So you are everything. So, and you have to stick to your guns. You have to stick to your stuff. But somebody comes in and they says, "Okay, hold on. What's up, Brian? I just started out doing my own paint and body. Started out in my garage. I feel like I can't charge shop prices, but I feel like I'm giving shop work to the customers. What's up, Scoot? Let me read that again, Brian. So I'm just starting out doing my own paint and body work. I started out in my garage. I feel like I can't charge shop prices. I feel like I'm giving shop work to the customers, but feel I don't feel like if I don't. Why are you so small? Oh, I don't know. Am I small? Um, I don't know how to ask you a question without you putting your information out here, Brian. I really don't. The price is the look. I did a video on Facebook a long time ago. The bill has to be paid. I need to redo that video on here so people can see. I might do that tomorrow. That might be for the plan tomorrow. I might get some paper and string the paper across the wall like a big whiteboard. Might do it on the side of the box truck. I don't know why. I don't know why it looks small. Scoot. I ain't got a clue. It looks the same on my end. I don't know. You the first person that said it looks small. I don't know. Um, that's what I'll do tomorrow, Brian. So tomorrow, oh yeah, yeah, Dan, you're right. It's 24 hours, man. You got to hustle 24 hours a day. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you got to do boundaries. See, I had a couple clients that they would text me, and I was guilty about it. I text them back. They would text me. I would text them back after business hours, and then when I didn't text them back, and they kept texting, 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 they got their feelings hurt because like, why are you ignoring me? I said, I'm not ignoring you. It's after business hours. Well, you text to me normally. Well, I mean, I got a family too. I mean, I'm in the shop, but I mean, I got a family. I mean, you don't text your damn doctor at 11 o'clock at night telling him you got the damn shits, do you? Hell no, you don't. You look on Google to find out what to do for the shits, and then you go to see the doctor the next day. You don't call him at 11 o'clock at night. You go to the damn emergency room. So, I mean, don't call me at 11 o'clock at night to ask me, hey, man, I want to do this and this and this to my truck. Well, okay, we're talking business, so I'm clocking in. Talk to you later, Scoot. I feel like if I don't charge a shop price, since I don't have an actual shop, I won't get to some jobs. Hey, man, I'm gonna do this video tomorrow for you, to Brian. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do it, and then if you watch it, you come back, whatever. The price is the price, man. Look, it don't matter if you in your garage or you in a brick and mortar building up the street. It's still the same damn thing. And a lot of people frown. I've had people frown on me. I had somebody talk down to me, not 2 or 3 days ago. They said, "Oh, you think you something because you in that makeshift shop? You in that makeshift shop behind your house?" Makeshift shop? What the hell does that mean? Ain't the shop uptown, ain't it makeshift? I mean, didn't they have to make it? I mean, were you in a shop behind your house? And I'm like, yeah, so? Well, you're not like shops uptown. Why? Because I'm not in the city limits? Because I'm not in a brick and mortar building uptown? Because I'm not in the city limits? I mean, I have to follow the same damn rules that they follow. Matter of fact, the shop up the street is just a shop. They a DBA. They a do business alone. I'm a LLC. I'm a limited liability corporation. I mean, I'm actually more than what they are. I mean, come on now. I mean, my shop is worth 10 times what their shop is. Their shop's an old gas station from 1955 with a wash pit. I mean, but their shop's better than mine. I don't care where you at, but don't come at me sideways. People seem to want friends get hurt when you tell them. See, Dan, that's another thing. People can't separate personal from business, and they blur the lines. And then when they get their feelings hurt, they take it too personal. So let me put it to you like this: if you call me, say you text me, and my phone's in do not disturb. It's in do not disturb after 5 o'clock. So if you text me, I'll get your text and I'll read it. But let's say you text me and you say, "Hey man, I got a problem, man. Can you give me a call back?" Sure, I'll call you back. And let's say it's a personal problem, and you just whatever, and I'll try to help you as best I can. But just as soon as you start talking business, my brain shuts off and we go from personal to business. And then I say, well, hey, man, if you want to talk about fixing your car, your truck, your motorcycle, whatever, call me back tomorrow, sometime tomorrow between 8 and 5. Well, I got you on the phone now. Yeah, but it's not business hours. It's personal. It's personal. So, you know, I'm gonna clock in and start talking to you. So if I talk to you for 2.5 hours after 5 o'clock, I'm fixing to bill you for 2.5, 3 hours. And they don't understand that. And then when they get their invoice, they look and they got 4 hours administration fee. And it's like, what is that? And it's like, well, you remember that night you called me at 7 o'clock and you was telling me that, your dog died and all this other stuff. But then after about 20 minutes in the conversation, he's like, well, hey man, since I got you on the phone, let me tell you what I want you to do with my car, blah, 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 whatever. Well, then I clocked in and I charged you. Are you serious? I was like, yeah, sure enough. That's how it works, big dog. That's how it works. It ain't personal, it's business. But then you got people personal and business. Personal and business. If me and you have a personal relationship and that goes sideways and south, no problem. But let's say I'm gonna use Dan for an example because Dan told me he's an electrician. So let's use Dan for an example. Okay, since he said he was an electrician, he opened that door. So Dan, me and Dan, we have a personal friendship, right? And let's say that personal friendship goes sideways, right? Okay, cool, no problem. I need some electrical work done, and I know Dan does electrical work. And I call him during business hours. I say, "Hey Dan, this is Jeremy, man. How you doing? You doing all right? Yeah, man. What's up? Hey, look, man, I need to put about 4 more lights in my shop. Do you mind doing it? You serious?" It's like, "Yeah, man. It's business. It ain't personal. It's business. You want to put these lights up?" "No, man, I don't want to do it." I don't want to do nothing for you. Why? Because I can't stand you. Okay, well, that's personal. So you just stepped over your own self not to make no money. You stupid. I just use that hypothetically. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. So it's you put personal feelings in front of money. Okay, I'm gonna put up the damn lights and take your money. A lot of people, okay, quality is quality no matter what you're working on. Yep. Do you know how long it takes to get certified for painting? I'm already doing it, just not certified. What do you mean certified? Like through a company like PPG, BSF, Sharon Williams, Sitka? Uh, what is that? What you talking about? A lot of people I have come across, people don't understand what materials cost, and it isn't in this trade that your friends have people reach out one quotes and see materials cost and flip out. Hey, I get it all the time, man. I hear the phone go click them when I tell them how much prices are. Hey, stick to your guns. I'm planning on going up on my shop rate, so I'm waiting for my accountant to get back with me to see how everything went, and I'm probably gonna go up on my shop rate March 1st, and I'm gonna go up on shop rate, and it is what it is. Um, you know, might lose 10, but might pick up 2. It's just, you can't do it for free. You know what I mean? And I've been looking at different companies for paint, but it's all the same damn price. I mean, it's all the same thing. It's just different labeled, different qualities of resin. Um, Back to Jose's question, do you know how long it takes to get certified in painting, or just doing it for? I don't know what you mean by certified. I mean, I'm master certified through PPG, but it took me years from training and everything. I mean, you have to take classes. I mean, you have to take whatever paint that you're spraying, like PPG, Sharon Williams, whatever. Um, whatever it is, you need to reach out to them to take some training with them to get certified. Um, what's up, Caroline? Should I have a shot rate? I don't upcharge on paint or clear or just materials. I'm trying to figure out how long it would take me to do the job. It's time and material. If you're doing restoration work, it's time and material. That is an estimate. So, for example, if somebody comes in and you kind of know how long it's going to take, and you say, "Hey, it's going to take 100 hours, plus or minus 100 hours." We don't know what we're going to get into. It's like an onion. The more I peel, the more you're going to cry. Um, if you go in there and say it's 100 hours, plus or minus, and your shop rate is hell, insurance works $68 an hour. So I don't know what you're charging. So insurance rate $68. So let's just make it even $60. So if it's 100 hours in labor, that's $6,000 in labor plus material, plus or minus. So it could be 6,000, it could be 55, it could be 6,500, but 100 hours is an estimate. So 60 times 100 is $6,000 in labor, and then whatever your materials are, that's material. That's why it's material. That's why it's called time and material, because your time is your labor, 100 hours, and then the materials whatever it takes. So yeah, so you need a shop rate. Everybody else has a shop rate. Insurance work has a shop rate, so it's $68 for paint. It's $68 for tear down, $68 for paint time, and 50. I think it's $60 for materials. So if you add all that together, you got 60, 60, and 60. So actually, body shops rates like $185 an hour. But if you put $185 on an hour, there ain't nobody gonna go in there. That's why they break it down into threes. Like you got paint time, tear down time, and then repair time, or paint time, material, and tear down. So they got it broke down in 3 levels. That's why it don't look so bad. It plays with the mind. So if you say my shop rate's $65 an hour, my material rate's $58 an hour, and my paint time is $60 an hour. Oh, so your rate's $60 an hour. No, if I'm in the shop working on your stuff, it's $65 an hour. If I'm in the booth spraying your stuff, it's $60 an hour. And the materials that I'm using is $58 an hour. got to remember an estimate is an estimate, not in stone always here. But you said an estimate. That's right. An estimate. That's why you say estimate, plus or minus, plus or minus. And then if you get in there, and let's say you're doing restoration work, and you say, hey man, it's going to take me, for an example, 68 Camaro. It's 25 to 30 hours to put a quarter on. Take the old quarter off and put a new quarter on. That's if it's never been touched. It's never been molested. It don't need inner wheel tubs. It don't need nothing but a full quarter. Take the old quarter off, put the new quarter on, weld it in. Done. 30 hours. Yeah, don't do no restoration work. You'll be in and out. See, I'm going that direction. I'm trying to, all overs are killing me because it takes so long to do it, and it's like body shop jail. So I'm only going to do like one full tear down a year, and then I want to do in and out. Like the Mustang. The Mustang come in, I changed all the bumpers, I fixed the wiring, in and out, done. He ain't even come picked it up. It's still outside. It's still outside on the runway. But he told me last night that he wants to do this, and this. He added like 10 more things, but he's going to bring it back. And then I'm going to do I'm going to break it down in grids, and it's going to be in and out. You want to get something that you can get in the shop and get it out in a couple of days and be done with it. This long-term shit takes way too long, man. Way too long. What's up, Carolina Big? Yeah, I just got started 3 weeks ago. I had 3 local car lots. Hey, then you say it, man. Then you say it. Just, you're set. Just keep knocking them out, man. Just slow and steady, man. It's like chess. It's not like checkers. There's a guy that yeah, there's a guy that used to call me all the time and ask me all kinds of advice, all kinds of questions. He used to ask me all kinds of stuff, right? All the time. And I try to give him advice, and he'd do the complete opposite. He'd ask me, hey man, what do you think about this, this, this? I said, well, this is what I learned. I wouldn't do it that way. I'd do it this way, but and he'd do it all, and then come back, man, that didn't, just well, that's good. That's good, Carolina. Just whatever. So then he used to work for a body shop, and then he was working at home in his garage. And I done that for years. I taught full time. I worked at Petty's full time, and I worked in my shop. I did that for years. And then in 2019, my son died, and then I took a leave of absence, and I just stayed right here in my shop. So, so the thing about it is it takes up way too much time. I seen that message and it messed me up. It takes too much time. So the guy with the guy was working at a shop. He hated what he was doing, but hey, look, I done a lot of shit in life that I hated, but I still had to do it. Man up, tighten your boots up, do it. And then he worked at home, and then he's like, man, I'm tired of this. I'm going out on my own. And then he went and got a garage. He done this. He's paying rent. He's doing this. He's paying that, paying this, paying that. And it goes online. He's bitching and complaining. He can't make no money. He can't get no job. He can't do this. He can't do that. Well, he can't do nothing if he didn't ever do it. Stop complaining. You tried to go too big, too fast, too soon. Ain't gonna happen, man. You got to pay your dues, man. You got to pay your dues. You will get, Thule TV says this, you will get yours when it's your time. Don't worry about the man down the road getting his or the man up the road getting his. Worry about you. Because if he's getting his and he's getting his, you'll get yours. You will get yours in all good time. Just keep doing what you're doing. All right. Are you teaching? Yes, I taught for years. And I give paint classes twice a year here at my shop. Yep. Yeah, old tool. Yeah. So take that advice, like I said, don't worry about the man up road, don't worry about the man down the road. Sweep off your own front porch before you worry about sweeping off anybody else's. Same thing what Thule says. If you're not getting yours now, you'll get yours next. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I appreciate every single one of you. Hey, Dave, I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hey, Brian, I'll do that video tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff to do. I'll probably go live and do it, so have some interaction. But I'll do that, and the name of the video will be "The Bill Has to Be Paid," and I'll break it down on how when you're doing a paint class. I'm in Bisco. Have I talked to you before, Jose? So hit the subscribe button, Brian, and hit the notification bell, and I'll do your video. I don't know what time tomorrow, but I'll do your video tomorrow, and I'll go live and I'll put it on the board over here, and I'll do a thing that says the bill has to be paid, and I'll break it down. Paying your rent, even though it's your garage, you still got to pay rent. Pay the rent, whatever it costs to run it, and I'll break it down for you, and maybe that'll help you. All right. So I'm gonna get off here. I'm probably gonna fire this thing up one more time. I go to the same gym. Are you stalking me, man? Jose, are you stalking me? Well, holler at me next time at the gym. Holler at me. Grab a hold of me. And let's talk. So I appreciate you, boys and girls. Yeah. Grab me. See what's happening. Grab me. Well, holler at me at the gym. I'll be back Monday. Holler at me Monday. I don't do the weekends. All right, boys and girls. I appreciate you. Remember I said, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first. Let loose and drive. Peace of chicken grease. I'm out.